Is the bus to the casino?
Unfortunately, no, sir. I believe you're speaking into a microphone.
Sir!
You might be in a man.
Sir!
Yes?
I didn't load gunpowder into the shells during World War II to be called sir.
Okay. So what would you like to be called?
My name is Mabel Lee Sourpuss.
Oh, God.
Amazing.
I heard you celebrated a birthday a while back.
I did.
How old are you today, Miss Mabel?
I'm 106 years old.
Wow.
I'm very tired.
Yeah, that makes some sense. What's your secret?
I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes and cry every day.
You must have amazing skin.
It's very papery. It crinkles when I weep.
I see.
When will they be serving the lamb?
I believe lamb is on Thursdays, Miss Sourpuss.
Or did I hear a young lady?
You did, Miss Mabel.
Hello?
Hello.
Where is the bus to the casino?
The bus to the casino should be about a block and a half down on the left-hand side. There's a very nice cafe right by the bus stop also that you can sit at. They have a lovely view of the pool boys across the street, if that's what you're interested in.
Oh no. I don't have the energy or the wherewithal for that kind of desire. But the man told me that this casino bus came right here. He was a very loud man. He was very demanding. He was named after a tree.
Oh. Yeah.
I believe his name was Money Tree.
Yeah. Mr. Moneytree is a little confused.
He said something.
I'm sure you understand how sometimes a man can be a little confused.
He kept on talking about lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
He's working on his victory garden, but it's not coming along very well.
Oh, is it because he's losing?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Well, then that would definitely ruin one's victory garden.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Why is Mr. Moneytree lying about the bus stop?
You know, he's a little confused. The bus stop used to be here, but that was, like 50 years ago. He's just a little confused.
This used to be all orange groves.
I'm sure it was.
As far as the eye could see. Barbara Stanwyck. She and I used to ride the trolley.
You don't say.
Yes. Does anyone have a bill which is only legal tender in Hawaii?
No, do you?
I do. No one will take it because I'm here on the continent. Oh, excuse me. I have to go await the sweet embrace of death that will never come or pull the arm on a slot machine.
I hope you win big.
Oh, well, winning big would be greeting the Reaper. Goodbye.
Oh, jeez.
You know, Rocky, at some point they just get to that age where really they just want to go.
I mean, has she played Dance Dance Revolution? I feel like it's better than Slot Machine.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but, consider all of her friends may not be here anymore. And so who is she going to show off to? Her grandkids? They don't think DDR is cool.
Bullshit! Are you kidding me? Who the fuck?
No.
Kids don't think DDR is cool?
No, because they got those K-pop dance machines now with the full light-up, board.
I mean, those are also cool, but, I don't believe... No, you know what? I refuse to believe it. kids.
DDR isn't cool anymore.
No, Tegan, DDR is still cool. I don't care how boomer I sound right now. Like, oh my god.
Hey, Rocky, do you want to tell us about how Citizen Kane is the best movie of all time?
Okay, first of all, Citizen Kane is trash. It's
Oh,
hot.
it's not fucking trash, Rocky.
No, it's
Hyperbole won't save
frigid
you.
garbage. Like, come on.
Hyperbole won't save you.
You know what? No. I read about this. DDR is cool. Citizen Kane is trash.
I read an article in the magazine one time.
Oh my god. I gotta get my opinions from magazines.
I know what magazines are.
We're not a magazine-focused podcast, okay? We're just not.
We're
It's
a
not
printed matter bound on the left-hand side podcast.
Oh my god.
So what's going on, y'all? I just got back from checking the front door. It's all locked up, so we should be good to go.
There was an old woman in front of your microphone. She thought she was at the bus stop.
What the fuck? What the actual shit? No.
I think Duckett gave her a key to your house, so you may need to change the locks
Oh
again.
my god. Not...
I know.
I'm so what is the deal with Sequoia? Like, I thought we'd... But it wasn't Sequoia himself, right?
We don't know.
I thought we sent him on a rocket to Mars.
He could have
maybe.
given her that key up to 106 years ago, so we don't know when she got that key. We don't have that information.
Isn't there like
That's
a hanging chat about whether or not Duckett Sequoia is a time traveler?
Didn't you know the lot that your land is on used to be entirely orange groves, as far as the eye could see? We learned that today.
From what I understand, it used to be a pecan grove, so somebody could have been confused. Like, I'm literally across the street from a shopping center called Pecan Promenade because it used to be all pecan groves as far as the eye could see.
Is it pecan or is it pecan?
It depends on who you ask, Teeks.
The answer that you get depends on where that person came up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I grew up in the South, so they are pecans.
I see.
Yeah. Ah, Jesus Christ. So some old woman who mistook the former location of a pecan grove.
Oh, not just any old woman. Apparently, Mabel Lee Sourpuss, which is the woman who you made up 2 years ago on the podcast.
Wait, she's real?
Apparently.
She's real and alive.
Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, I guess I now have to consider whether or not I have the ability to wish frail, sad, elderly people into existence.
Brian has the Stranger Than Fiction power, but with his podcast microphone? That's amazing.
That seems bad.
Well, maybe you should only say nice things into your microphone for a little while, Brian. See what happens.
Man. Warm hot cross buns. Warm hot cross buns. There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh god. I don't even think they sell hot cross buns anymore.
No, I don't think so.
I think I came in on the tail end of hot cross buns.
No, I hear that. I came in on the tail end of wrapping your school textbooks in like brown paper.
Oh god, I remember that.
Oh, that's what I did.
Yep. And I think I even remember when they gave up on that shit. Like,
Yeah. I was in school.
They gave up on it?
Yeah, they don't do it anymore. Teeks, they just give you like printed color book covers now.
yeah. And if,
No, it was required. You had to wrap it in something.
No, they still
you either
wrap
had to
it.
buy one of those like stretchy socks for it.
Yeah,
You know?
they still sell those. It's just like the generic like brown paper that like everyone used. No one uses that anymore.
Oh.
I definitely remember getting the stupid one-page printed instructions on how to cut up a grocery bag properly in order to get two book covers from it. Like, okay, fucko, here's how you can get two book covers out of a grocery bag. Oh my god, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things though that like I think I got out the gate that neither one of you experienced was reading books in exchange for pizza.
Oh no, we did that. Pizza party?
Yeah, we did that too.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
elementary school is when it got big. And like it started to fall off closer to the end of my middle school career, but it was around.
Okay, all right. So you've definitely read books in exchange for pizza. All right.
Oh,
We did it through 5th grade. After 5th grade, that was it.
Okay. Were you awarded little pins as well, little metal pins?
No, just pizza.
Okay. Because I definitely remember classmates accusing me of lying over how many books I read. Be like, you didn't read that many books, Brian.
Yeah, but those are just haters, Brian. We don't listen to them.
Look, when you're in 4th grade, Rocky, the only person you listen to are the haters. That's how it works.
Damn.
That's how it works.
My condolences.
Isn't that right, Kage? Man. Oh, so what's going on, everybody? What's going on?
I am pleased to inform you that I'm still playing Temtem. I finished the story. I thought it was neat. I had a good time. Again, I think the writing was fun. There are people who disagree, but I feel like making like the Pokemon professor, like the big bad who's like running Team Rocket, was cool. And I'm surprised the Pokemon Company hadn't done it yet, but you know, I guess they really want us to respect teachers or whatever. And now I'm digging into the end game, and I'd like to revise my former opinion that Temtem is like an MMO first, because it's not really. Because like while in MMOs when you finish the main story, now it's like a bunch of stuff that you do together with people. It's still very much stuff that you do on your own. There is like a sort of like end game area where like they have a bunch of activities for you to do. Which functions kind of like a battle tower, like in former Pokemon games, but like only one of them is co-op, and like most of them are very non-interactive. And there's PvP, which you can do, and which they hope that you do continue to play. And there is like a marketplace that like feeds that whole idea. You like get shinies or like perfect like stat Temtem, and then you like breed them, and then you sell them to other people to fund your other adventures and whatnot. But outside of that, there isn't a lot of like stuff that's like implicitly cooperative. I do feel like that the game is still like, you know, an MMO, like in some extent, where like there are a bunch of players running around and you can interact with them as you please. Like you can emote at each other, you can talk, you can trade, you can battle, you can co-op together. All these things are things you can do at any stage of the game. But I don't think like the end game is really like fleshed out in a way that like lends itself to a massively multiplayer online experience, which is kind of a shame, especially since like the developers are basically looking at the game in its current state as like a nearly completed product. They say that they're not going to add like, you know, additional islands or story or Thames beyond like their initial promises or I guess requirements of like their Kickstarter. And so, like, that's kind of a bummer. This game is a very fun solo experience and a game that you can sit down and play on your own, but it doesn't look like it's going to be, like, a big, like, long-term MMO. And largely it looks like because, like, the game itself wasn't super financially successful, which is, you know, not great. But I still very much like the game. I'm kind of playing it right now. But I understand that, like, this game isn't going to may not actually last the test of time.
May not last the test. Like, it's interesting to hear because I really feel like most of what I've heard from you up until now regarding Temtem has been pretty high praise. Like it's felt like you just did the description like Pokemon willing to examine the failures of Pokemon and then learn from them. Mm-hmm. Which historically Pokemon has not been. Mm-hmm. So it's weird to hear like may not stand the test of time.
What I mean specifically is that it's not a game that will like be an MMO for the long term. I think it's a very good Pokemon game. I think it's better than most Pokemon games personally, but I don't think it's going to be a game that like people will continuously play the way that they play MMOs. I feel like it's a game that people will like pick up periodically and like you'll hear about like years down by. It's like, oh, hey, I came across this game and it's kind of like Pokemon, but it's really good. And like the battling seems like intense and like interesting. And like those things are true about it. They remain true and they're going to continue to be as long as the game is still like supported and you can log into it and whatnot. But outside of that, like, I don't think it's going to be like this big MMO thing. I'm not sure if it has the ability to challenge like the market position of Pokemon. And it doesn't look like it's been adopted at a stage where it will be able to be supported long term, especially
Right.
since the devs don't seem to be able or interested in doing so.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what's next for them.
I don't know. There have been talks, like there are definitely like people who are interested in still supporting the game, even though it doesn't look like the devs will be able to, which is also like a bummer in its own right. But as far as we can tell, it looks like they're going to get through this update, and then they're going to try to like wrap up like whatever they had like required from it, and maybe move on to another venture. But there isn't any indication of where that is. They're too close to it at the moment.
Tegan, are you going to Tem?
No. Nope. I'm doing Pokemon.
It's true.
I can only do one creature catching game at a time. I'm not a multi-creature catching person.
Okay.
And this year I decided to do Pokemon. So I'm doing Pokemon. If there's a Temtem 2 Electric Boogaloo, though, I might do it. You know?
For sure.
It definitely looks cute. And fun.
What else is going on? What else is going on?
I've played a turn-based fighting game. Well, you know, like an explicitly turn-based fighting game. There's a game in open beta called Yomi Hustle. It's available on itch, and Yomi Hustle markets itself as like a tool-assisted like fighting game like simulator, basically. So you control a character. There's like 3 archetypes so far. I think it's like ninja, cowboy, and like wizard. And you play a fighting game match, but it's played much more like a sit down and think strategy game, where you basically choose every like individual action, and it's very, very granular, where like you get like the full array of like actions that you're capable of in a moment. And like when you commit to certain actions, you can do things that you can do in, say, like anime fighters, where you can spend meter to cancel, or you can like do like whiff cancels, where like just because your thing hasn't connected, you can use an action to interrupt something else. So like if you take a swing and no one's there, you can whiff cancel and like jump and do aerial attacks or whatever. Or if you have meter after you land a special attack, you can use a bar of meter to like cancel that move and then continue with like a different special attack, stuff like that. You even also have the ability to control like directional influence and whatnot. And so like you basically have like a fully fledged like fighting game match. It's just instead of doing it in like up to 2 minutes, you can sit down and kind of reason your way through it and take about half an hour if you really want to. You play till your bars are done, and then once the fight is over, you get like a super fast like tool assisted like fighting game match. Basically replaying all the actions that you took until you got to completion. It's very neat. I think it's a cool idea. I don't know where they're planning to go, especially as like the dev is like working on like the product. But it seems cool, and I'd like to see what else they have in store.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently the end game for Pokemon is very, very good.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently it's amazing. Apparently, supposedly, it makes up for everything else in the game.
That's bold.
Yeah, that's a very bold claim. I can't wait to get there. I'm very excited about it.
That seems unlikely, but I understand.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there. On stream. We'll get there on stream.
True.
Because I played a shit ton of Pokemon this week. It was my time off, and so I played lots of Pokemon on stream. I did, I think, 2 midday streams. That was just like, surprise, I'm here! Haha, let's go!
I saw that.
Yeah. And we made a lot of progress in Pokemon, which was fun. Lots of, we did, like, I think I've done 6 like badge things now. I did two of the Team Star quests, like 4 gyms total, I think, and I think 3 or 4 of the Titans. So like we're moving at a pretty good clip.
Mm-hmm.
We're about level 40, like right around there right now. There is a lot to do in this game, that isn't just like gyms, which is nice. And I did eat my first food, and it was an absolute mess. It was not as fun as the curry in Sword and Shield.
So what does food do in
Food ups your rate encounter for certain types of Pokemon.
Okay.
Ups the effectiveness of certain types of moves in battle, like certain like elemental types, I guess. And then also ups the rate at which certain Pokemon type eggs hatch. That's what it does.
Okay.
So depending on the food you eat depends on like what, like you can basically like buff yourself for grinding or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or buff yourself to hatch a bunch of eggs really fast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. For sure. I don't really, because I'm not like on a big shiny hunt or something for a particular Pokemon. Like, I'm not really doing any of that sort of thing. So it doesn't really matter to me necessarily.
Sure.
But, yeah, I think it's a neat idea. It's definitely, like, I think in Arceus, like, or not in Arceus, in Sword and Shield, all it did was, like, it raised your friendship with your Pokemon, and it was a way to, like, heal them in the wild.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I do.
But that was, like, it.
And
there are just random picnickers out and about in every area that will act as, like, faux Pokemon centers, and they'll just heal your entire party up without making you do, like, a weird cooking mini game or anything. They'll just be like, you want a sandwich, kid? All right, here you go. And, like, that's it.
All right. I mean, that's interesting. There's kind of, like, buff spots, but also, like, the ability to, like, I guess, like, heal without a Pokemon Center. I guess, like, more ubiquitous Poké Centers makes sense in, like, a larger scale game.
Yeah, and there are still, like, Pokemon Centers still exist, and there are, like, Nurse Joys just out and about sometimes that are like, oh, hi, yeah, I'm also I'm a standalone, a freestanding Poké Center right here just because we haven't been able to build the structure yet for whatever environmental reason. But that's kind of interesting. The Pokemon Centers being, like, freestanding buildings that are kind of, like, drive-up gas stations feels weird.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I liked them better when they were buildings. Just because, like, you know, when it's, like, raining and stuff, like, they're still standing out there in the weather.
I actually really liked, what's it called? I can't remember which gen it was, but there was a generation of Pokemon where Pokemon Centers were, like, really holistic buildings where it was just, like, yeah, the Pokemon Center was in the middle, and that was definitely the main thing, but, like, you had, like, a berry shop, you had, like, a Pokemart and, like, whatnot, and it was all, like, kind of one, like, building that made, like, good use of the space. And I think there was, like, a move deleter or, like, a move remember or something that was also there.
Yeah. There have been a couple, like, I want to say, like, attempts to recreate that, but make them regional, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And I don't think any of them have really nailed that exact vibe, you know? Yeah. None of them have been quite right. They've all been missing, like, a little something.
Yeah, I hear that.
Not being able to turn around when I'm in a building is weird. I still don't like that. Like, I can't turn around to walk out a gym to, like, line myself up with the door. I just have to trust that the door is in that particular location.
Jesus Christ.
When I'm leaving the building. And that seems wrong, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I guess it works. And I'm still hitting the wrong button every time I'm trying to do something. Every time I'm trying to access, like, a specific menu or whatever in my game. And I think at this point there's just no getting around it, just because for some reason the button controls are not as intuitive as, like, the Splatoon ones are, or, like, the ones from Arceus.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is very weird. It feels weird, too. And, like, saying it sounds wrong. It sounds like I'm just not... Like, it sounds to me, when I say it, that I'm, like, I didn't try to adapt to the new controls, and that's not it. I just keep hitting the wrong button. I just keep hitting the wrong button every single time. And I don't have a way to explain it. It's just what's happening. But I'm having fun.
Right.
The game's still fun.
For sure.
The Pokemon are still cute. Every single guy I come across I like. Or hate. You know, appropriately. I haven't come across a guy yet who I'm like, this Pokemon seems a little weird. I'm just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Sure, why not? You know? That can exist. I did see a TikTok this morning where somebody was like, everyone wants to know, like, we've all agreed that Quackavel's unofficial Pokemon theme is Hurricane, right? And they're like, I want to propose a theme song for Skeledirge, which is the Fuecoco's final evolution.
Okay.
And then they played the Interior Crocodile Alligator song. That one. You know what I'm talking about. And then I guess people were like, but what about Meowscarade? What about Meowscarade? And then they played Magical Mr. Mistopheles from
God.
Cats. And it's absolutely correct. Yes, and. God, I love my stupid cat. I'm so happy with him. He's such a good cat. Oh, God. This cat Pokemon is the best cat Pokemon. If ever a cat Pokemon deserved to be on two legs, it's this guy.
Oh my god.
No notes. The Pokemon Company knew exactly what they were doing, and they were correct to do it. God. So yeah, that's my review of Pokemon so far. This is great. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Buy it for a child this holiday season. They've also come out publicly and been like, yeah, there are a lot of bugs. We are well aware, and there's gonna be a large patch right before Christmas, and another large patch right afterwards. So we're working on it.
I hope it
And they
works
released
out.
they released a smaller patch earlier this week, and now when a Pokemon is hit with a sleep move, you know, like a yawn or a sleep powder or whatever, now they close their eyes when they go to sleep, which is what they used to do in all the other games. So they just added that back in. And I'm like, it's the minimum, but it's there now.
Jesus. Oh, man. Well, I hope things work out for Pokemon. Mostly for the players, but you know.
Yeah, I hope they get their shit together. I hope the Pokemon Company learns something from all of the criticism, like, because this is genuinely a very good game. That's the thing. Like, it's genuinely very good. None of the glitches make it, like, unplayable. It's just, like, the Bethesda experience of Pokemon.
I mean, it's still a Pokemon game. I think the game is still playable, and I actually don't think the bugs, short of, like, you know, things like crashes and whatnot, are actually, like, really hurting the gameplay experience. And I think Nintendo knows that it is the way that it is, but I don't know if that's gonna, like, push a lot out of, like, Game Freak / like, TPC. I mean, what they need is time, and so, like, they're gonna get it. Like, people are gonna keep playing Pokemon. It's not gonna change, but, like, I don't know if they'll ever get around to fixing it, and I don't know if it'll cause them to prioritize putting out a complete game next time.
That's fair, yeah. I would like it to make them prioritize putting out a complete game next time.
It'd be cool.
I also am not convinced that it will. But it'd be nice if it did. Because the game devs do deserve time. This is the storyline in this game is very good. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm saving somebody's dog. Oh, that's so good. Of course I want to save someone's pet. Like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to help the dog, and I'm going to feel good about it, and it's going to be great, and the dog's going to live forever.
well,
power of God and anime on its side.
yeah, actually, like,
But,
Pokemon
like-
are immortal, aren't they? Like, haven't we confirmed
Or
that?
something. No, not every Pokemon is immortal.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that Pokemon, like, can't die. Like, that's not, like, they're not invulnerable. I know that. Like, I remember
Right.
Raticate or whatever. But, like, as far as, like, old age, I don't think that's a thing that happens, right?
So in Pokemon X and Y,
Okay.
there is a Flabebe that died.
Mm.
That, like, died, and that was, like, the whole thing. That's why the guy wanted the legendary Pokemon was to revive his long dead partner Pokemon.
That did happen.
So Pokemon do die of old age and maybe of also disease now.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that seems to be what's happening with your friend's Mabostiff, which is a great name for a dog.
Mhm.
Ah, what a good dog. But I don't know that, like, I don't know. You know? I don't know. I don't know that the Pokemon have, like, Pokemon seem to die in relation to, like, their owners more often,
Yeah, like broken
than
heart
of just,
syndrome.
like, other outside circumstance.
For sure. Hmm.
I'm gonna save this dog, though.
Hell yeah.
It's a good dog.
Save that dog.
I'm gonna do
What's the
it.
dog doing?
He's dying of old age or a disease. It is unclear.
Unclear. All right. How's Harvestella going?
Harvestell's great. So, I have great news about Axel, whatever his name is.
Okay.
The boy that I like. The boy that I'm adopting.
Okay.
I'm gonna call him Matt.
Sure.
Adopting?
I'm adopting him.
gonna be a new
I don't
son.
date boys. I adopt them.
I thought
I'm adopting
I
this
thought
boy.
this was
He's
a
a good boy.
romance target.
It is a romance target. And that's the one I'm going to probably end up romancing, but I have to fill up his friendship meter first entirely before I get the option to make him my partner. That's what they're called. They're partners here. Not my husband, not my wife. He's my partner because I can be whatever gender I want. And they are attracted to me regardless. Yay! But good news. So when I last left off, we had to kill his adopted amnesiac childhood friend girl person that he probably had a crush on, right?
What?
Remember? To
What?
get control of the dragon monsters that were gonna attack the Earth from a alternate future time. Do we remember that?
I do.
Okay. Brian, do you remember that?
Oh,
Okay, so that was the plot of the spring Sea Slate is that there is a big nest on top of the sea. The Sea Slate are these big, like, crystal things, right? And there's one for each season. And there's a big nest that just appeared one day on top of the Sea Slate crystal. And monsters come out of it periodically, and they didn't know why. Meanwhile, Aesol had found this girl unconscious in, like, a field somewhere. And she was like, I don't have any memory of who I am, actually, or where this is, or anything. And he's like, well, why don't, like, I'll take you home, and like, we'll integrate you into the orphanage, and, like, and then you can, like, hang out with the little kids there, and, like, it'll be safe, and I'll, like, I keep the town safe, and it'll be fine, right? And she was like, okay, sounds good. So they lived together for a long time. Everything was fine. They were, like, brother and sister sort of thing. We had to... And then, all of a sudden, these monsters started coming out of the ball on top of the Sea Slate, and they started kidnapping young girls for no reason. And it turns out they were looking for this girl in particular, because she's not actually a girl, she's a computer robot, right? And the computer robot, is supposed to control all of the monster things, and give them orders so that they can destroy the bad stuff. But because they're from an alternate time in the future, they don't like, it wouldn't work because they would just destroy everything because they wouldn't recognize anything, if that makes sense. And our partner, Arya, was like, oh, like, this is a lab from my time. I don't know what it's doing here. That's weird. And we were like, yeah, that sure is weird, huh? Anyway, and then we had to kill the girl, because she was like, as soon as I have to reintegrate with the computer, and as soon as I do, it's going to activate all these dragons, which were what the monsters were called, and the dragons will start destroying everything because they're not going to recognize anything and there's no chain of command to stop them. So you have to kill me before the dragon fully activates. Good luck, have fun! And then she, like, vanishes. And we do kill the dragon and her, technically. And then the dragon and her, like, explode into a shower of beautiful light-up cherry blossoms and stuff, and it's very, very peaceful and whatever. And Aesol is very sad about it because he had to deliver the killing blow because he's a sky knight, so he can, like, jump really far and stab things with his lance. That's, like, his whole thing. Anyway, so we did that, and then, like, his personal quest continues, and his personal quest goes, hey, monsters are coming out of the sea slide, the Heaven's Nest on the sea slide again, and, they're not attacking anybody, but they sure are doing weird stuff. Will you go investigate it with me? And we're like, yeah, of course I'll go investigate it with you, because that's the only way to continue the story. So we do it, and it turns out that after we destroyed the big dragon gun thing, the computer activated another girl robot doll thing. And she has all of the memories of Aesol's friend, who's the girl robot doll, because they were uploaded automatically into the system. And she was like, oh, I want to know who Aesol is. I'm going to send out these monsters. They're not going to attack anybody. They're just going to wander around, and I bet that'll get him to come looking. And then I can meet him, and it'll be exciting. Like, I want to know about him. And we meet him, and he's, like, really confused and really upset. And she's like, well, I thought I was gonna, like, feel something because you mattered to, like, the other girl a lot, but I don't feel anything for you. Huh. What an interesting thing. Okay, bye!
I mean, alright.
So we did have to kill his very close amnesiac childhood friend thing, but now she's kind of back. She's different. And she's not the same person. It'd be like if your identical twin suddenly had all of your memories after you died and tried to hit on your boyfriend because they thought it would make them feel something. That's what happened. That was the plot line.
Wait, so they got Lieutenant Iliad?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
And now Aesol's sad, and we have this other robot girl who's just around now. And I still have, like, a bit to go in, like, his personal storyline before he'll be eligible to become a partner. So we're gonna keep going down that path. And meanwhile, and I've been using all of this stuff to essentially grind experience so that I can go back underwater and kill Emo's mom. Because I still haven't gotten around to doing that yet. Because Emo's mom is really strong. But also, I have now officially visited the Winter Town, and I met a new guy who I didn't know existed originally. So there's, like, the girl who works for the church, and it turns out there's also now a guy who is working against the church, and guess what? He dresses all in black. And he lurks in the shadows underneath the inn, and he bribes the innkeeper so the innkeeper doesn't give away his secret. And he's got a secret back passage that'll get me into the winter sea slate so I can do my investigation. And the church girl wears all white, so, you know, it's very, very nice.
All right.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to meet. Can't wait to figure out that. The winter sea slate seems like it's going to be really strong. I'm a little bit nervous. And I bought my first chicken and my first llama cow deer thing.
Okay.
The llama cow deer thing produces milk. The chicken makes eggs. The chicken has shaped kind of like an onion, and then also put a tail on it. It's very good. It's ideal, honestly. The perfect chicken-shaped, not chicken, that I have ever seen. The llama cow deer thing is shaped mostly like a llama, but it has antlers on its head. And it makes milk. Which feels weird. It's very bizarre.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Video
And now
games?
Video games! I'm almost at the end of summer. Like, the next time I play, it'll be Quietus, which is the time in between seasons where everything dies. So I'm gonna get to go through the special Quietus dungeon again. And also, then I will start Fall, which will be my 3rd season in the game. Very exciting. Can't wait to see what I can cook and stuff. Can't wait to do everyone's personal quests so that they're all my best friends. It'll be fun. It's a good game. I'm enjoying it. I promise it's a good game. It's just very Square Enix.
It sounds good. I'm not mad at it at all.
Enix. I also wouldn't be mad at it. It's very fun. Like, the combat's still very smooth, and I still don't have any, like, lag or anything going on, so... Would recommend.
For sure.
How have you been playing Darkest Dungeon incorrectly?
Oh, right. So, like...
How does that happen?
Well, it's because I'm a fool. And what happened... So, people know about Darkest Dungeon. It's like, it's one of those games that gets a reputation for being, like, super hard and unforgiving. And only if you're a true purveyor of skill could you ever get past this game. Some bullshit like that, right? Mm-hmm. And so, like, I picked it up years ago. Like, 2018 or something. And I played a little bit of it. And there are a couple of things that, like, the game is, like, very mean about. Like, there's a lot of, like, RNG that'll, like, fuck you up. Like, you'll go through, like, some dungeon or whatever, you fight some monsters, and, like, if you're not paying attention to, like, the light mechanic, which, like, you know, the brighter it is, the more advantages your party has, and, like, the darker it is, the more advantage your opponents have. Generally speaking, there are, like, caveats that were, like, you know, you could run a team in full darkness, and then it works, or whatever, and there are even people who are, like, only true Tats fight in darkness, or whatever, some bullshit. But, also, like, enemies, like, have, like, you know, values that are, like, skewed against the player, like, as you play through the game on its normal difficulty. That's just how it works. And, the thing that was fucking me up was that when you're traveling through these dungeons and whatnot, there are these things that the game calls curios, which are just, like, things in the environment that you're allowed to interact with. You come across a stack of books. You find a coffin. You find a, forsaken sack. Some bullshit. And, pretty much every time I'd open one of those, I'd get some sort of negative thing. Like, it would just be like, oh, you opened this bag. Well, now you have the runs. Or like, oh, you got this bag. Now this guy's poisoned. Like, shit like that, you know? And I was like, fuck. Why am I always getting wrecked by these things? And so, like, the other day, I decided, you know, I'm going to mess around with Darkest Dungeon. And then I got mad enough at the curious, like, I'm just going to look at a guide. I'm going to see how these things fucking work. And it turns out that there is a very, like, straightforward way of interacting with curios based on, like, the items. You just got to, like, memorize them all, I guess. Like, for example, if you come across, like animal refuse or whatever, if you just touch it, there's a very good chance that you'll catch a disease, that you'll start bleeding, that you'll be poisoned or whatnot. But if you just treat the thing with medicinal herbs, you just get more food. And that's it. Like, and so, like, there are actual responses to, like, the curios. It's not just, like, fucking, like, RNG fucking you forever, even though it can be. It's more a knowledge check than anything else, which I didn't know at all. And I don't think the game really made an effort to tell me at any point or whatever. But I looked up a guide and, like, apparently, like, you have the ability to interact with them. And, like, that button's always there. I just didn't think it meant anything. But, yeah, like, you're supposed to, like, experiment with, like, the curios to see what things you can use to interact so that you can safely gain stuff from it. And, like, once you successfully interact with the thing, it, like, marks it on, like, the items whenever you have to interact with the same thing again. So, like, the game is, you know, what I thought it was initially, which is, like, you interact with everything, there's trial and error, and there's a way to get through things as long as you pay attention and keep your head on straight. But the game's going to try to kick you in the teeth every once in a while. You got to be ready for that. And so, Now, on the file that I started, armed with my Curios knowledge, like, I'm cruising through the game and I'm, like, clearing stuff more effectively. I haven't started a file on, like, the original difficulty because I want to clear it on Radiant before I, like, try to do that. And I might stream that at some point. But, that's where I'm at currently.
Why didn't it try to tell you that?
I don't know. There's a lot that the game doesn't really tell you, but, like, the game gives you, like, all of its tools. So I'm not mad at it is probably the way I'd put it. But, like, I am kind of, like, confused as to, like, where I was supposed to find this stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it was, like, a tutorial you clicked through really quick or something.
It's a possibility.
That happens to me a lot.
I wouldn't doubt it, but, again, just, like, no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like now that I understand how Darkest Dungeon works, like I'm doing a lot better with it. Also, in things that I've picked up and put down a long time ago, okay, so I don't know how I actually go about this. I'm gonna say that I had an uncle that put me in contact with some people that could get me a copy of Skies of Arcadia Legends, and long story short, I can now stream it off of my device, and it feels good.
Ooh. Fancy.
Mm-hmm. Like, it even upscales a bit, so, like, now I have, like, HD textures over some of the gameplay. Some of it is currently in French, but I can apparently just turn that off. I gotta play around with it a little bit more, but I am looking forward to potentially playing some Skies of Arcadia on stream.
Simply play it in French.
Well, like, also, the whole game's not in French. It's, like, it turns some of the menus in French, which I'm not actually mad at because it kind of fits the vibe of it. And, like, I could use some practice on French. Like, I'm not especially strong in it, and, you know, the French have been cool. I've softened my position on them over the years, mostly because I think I was just kind of brainwashed into hating the French as a young kid. But, like, now it's just like, the French are all right.
Yeah, okay. I have a general purpose thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about how, like, Sega understands the assignment when it comes to little retro video game consoles.
Okay.
You know, how, like, they did a Little Genesis,
mm-hmm.
and everyone had nothing but good things to say about the Little Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did another Little Genesis because there were multiple hardware iterations of the Genesis. Like, look, it's another Genesis, but with the other body mold for the console. I'm like, Sega, look, here to tell you, if you put out a little Dreamcast tomorrow, and you put some of the biggest Dreamcast bangers on that little Dreamcast, people would line up around the fucking block. Like, if there was, like, somebody who was like, hey, buy the little Dreamcast and you get Skies of Arcadia on it, and Crazy Taxi, and, you know, go ahead, do the business, Power Stone. You know, people would go nuts for that. Like, people would go, like, I just think about, like, how many certified bangers came out in, like, the 2 years that the Dreamcast was a going concern. Like, that was that video game's most torrid love affair. Like, when we think about how long the Dreamcast was out versus how many games, like, landed for that console, like, it the bangers to total release ratio feels like it was, like, ridiculously high. You know,
it's pretty high.
Yeah.
I feel like its competitors are like, well, actually, there was a lot of stuff that came out for the PlayStation that's essentially vaporware. I think the closest may be, like, I want to say Super Nintendo or, like, PlayStation 2, but 2 had a lot of trash on it too.
Yeah, a lot of trash on that. Like, and this is what you run into with, like, say, the NES and the PS2, where they were just so ubiquitous and so everywhere,
mm-hmm.
and, like, you know, development started to reach a sweet spot where, like, any fucking Joe and his buddy could, like, get a dev kit and just there are so many bad NES games and so many bad PS2 games, that Now, like, what was neat about both is that there's also, like, weird shit. Like, it's been a minute since we've had stuff like Mr. Mosquito and Mad Maestro come out for consoles.
Sure.
But, like, again, a lot of garbage. Like, sure, you could curate a little PS2 easily, but, like, the number of games that you would not put on that little PS2 that you would then also make a face at, number in the hundreds. Like, you're just like, ew, that game? Really? Ew. You know, like, Army Men, Sarge's Heroes? Ew. Like, no, just... but, like, there were not a lot of games for the Dreamcast just because of how long the thing lasted. The console was out for 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
But, like, it is very, very easy to be like, hey, man, remember this? And have people go like, oh, shit, I do remember this. Like, games that people are very seriously emotionally attached to.
People are emotionally attached to video games?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's real. Oh, man. You know, like, and I'm sorry that this might seem like a weird tangent, folks, but I'm just reminded of it because, you know, Rocky's having to, like, get in touch with his uncle in order to play Skies of Arcadia.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, Sega could just... That is a case where, like, Sega would, like... All they'd have to do is hang out a shingle that says, we will accept your money. It's like...
Well, I mean, I think...
I'm tired of telling corporations how to make money off of us for free. I feel like this should be a charged service because we are very good at it.
Well, I feel like Brian is maybe oversimplifying it a little bit. Like, I think Sega would have to do a lot of running around, but corporations are uniquely poised to do that kind of running around. They just don't think it's worth it.
Also, they're lazy.
Yeah, corporations are lazy. Get off your ass, corporations.
Like, the weird thing about the Dreamcast is that, like, unlike a lot of other retro video game console experiences, is it was really at the... It was kind of at the front end of the tipping point where the people who I will call the youngs will, like, look at a Dreamcast game and not go like, ew, it looks old.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, you put an NES game in front of the youngs and they'd be like, oh, why is it all blocky? You know, but, like...
I mean, you just roast them about playing Minecraft and you're done. GG's.
Yeah. But with a lot of the Dreamcast stuff, like, there was a pronounced enough, like, art style that the age of it doesn't really show that much. Like,
true.
Yeah, like, you look at Crazy Taxi or you look at Skies of Arcadia, the art style still looks fresh. Come on, people. Fucking just accept the money. Accept the money, Sega. Accept the money. Like, I assure you people want to give you money for more than just fucking Yakuza and Sonic. I promise you. Oh, and I guess Persona at this point, because y'all bought Atlas.
They did buy Atlas.
Yeah.
Sega, listen, what if we told you there was a way to make more money that didn't require buying another game dev studio?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't want to make a console anymore. They're big scared.
Well, I mean, they don't have the fucking resources to do that anymore either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like, and the number of companies out there that do have the resources to do it are all just a bunch fucking clown shoes about it. They're just like, yeah, how can we fuck this up?
Well, like, it's more, I feel like it's more that, like, you know, consoles aren't really a money-making proposition anymore, or, like, arguably they never been. Like, I mean, you can eat off of it, definitely, but, like, it's not like the big profit, like, machine that, like, you know, platforms are, where people are continuously paying in, and, like,
right.
You basically put out a console at a huge loss so you could make money on the publishing fees for everyone who wants to put the game on your system, which makes sense. I get that. But, like, no one with the money wants to eat that upfront cost anymore because they have to justify it to shareholders, and shareholders are bitches, you know?
Oh, my God.
Shareholders are bitches. Stop catering to shareholders. They fucking suck, and they're never going to get enough.
I'm reminded for the second episode in a row of the existence of Elon Musk.
All right.
So earlier this week, fucking Elon Musk, billionaire idiot.
Yeah.
Billionaire public idiot.
Public idiot.
Yeah, public billionaire idiot.
The most public idiotic billionaire.
Was like, hey guys, on Twitter, did you know that Apple charges a secret 30% fee on every dollar that comes into the store? And I'm like,
well, listeners to
Hey,
this
Elon,
show
did
would
you
know
know
that.
that's not a fucking secret?
Yeah, like everyone knows that.
I'm like, oh wow, Elon, did you know that Apple charges the standard industry rate for providing access to their platform? Like, I'm not saying that rate is good, but
Right.
calling it a secret is the most fucking, like, it's like you clown shoes fucking moron dipshit. Like, oh, secret 30% fee. Like, oh, like that is very much like how much could a banana cost? $10 moment. Like,
Yeah.
like what the fuck, you idiot? Like, just, oh, it's like, did you know Apple has a secret 30% fee? No, you, oh god. Like, it took every ounce of energy not to respond to that tweet because he's just banning people left and right for calling him an idiot. And I was just like, oh my god, like, oh, Elon, you must be very proud of yourself for having discovered this secret 30% fee, you fucking fool. Oh, God.
Is that the secret to being able to get off Twitter?
Oh my god.
Hey guys, did you know there's a secret way to get off of Twitter faster? And it's calling Elon Musk an idiot to his fucking face on his fucking platform that he spent way too much money on? Like an idiot?
That's the one. That's the one.
I'm gonna start giving Elon Musk money saving tips.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna start tweeting him and be like, have you considered couponing? I think I might help you with your money problem.
Oh my god.
Oh god, Tegan, I'm going to steal that one right now.
Do it. Brian, you can have that one for free because you're my friend.
Thank you.
Tweet at him from the Impossible Coin Twitter.
Oh, I'll do it. This is me doing it.
Oh my god, amazing. 10 out of 10. I can't wait. I'm gonna put a title in here that's just, this is what that tweet is in context to.
Oh my god.
Just context for that tweet here.
Jesus Christ. God. What? Oh, God.
What'd he do?
It's a tweet by Elon Musk.
GG's.
What did he do?
I'm just going to read the tweet.
He is so dumb.
Hem.
Hem.
Anything anyone says will be used against me in a court of law. That's the whole tweet.
What? Can you read that one again?
Oh, sure, Tegan. All right.
My compadre, can you say that again?
Anything anyone says will be used against me in a court of law.
Anything anyone says. Anything anyone says
That's what he said, yeah.
is going to be used against Elon Musk.
Yep.
In a court of law. Anything anyone says.
Yep.
Someone get that kindergarten teacher from TikTok who was working with Trump. Can we get her in here on this one? Please? I think our friend needs to put the phone down. I think he needs to put the phone down. I think it's all done. I think we're all done playing CEO. I think we're all done playing CEO now.
Oh my god.
What a fucking idiot. What can we say that will be used against Elon in a court of law?
I'd love to find
Quick,
out.
tweet your things. Oh my god, what an... Is, like, everyone out to get him? Is that what are we watching him enter his hyper-paranoia state in real time? Is that what's going on here?
God, I hope so.
Like, what on earth? No one thinks like that.
I think we found one guy.
Well, yeah. 2 guys think like that. Neither of them should have the amount of money that they do. Allegedly.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Brian, I wanted to show you this Marble Snap combo that got really busted. If you could check the link that's in the show doc here.
Okay, I just want to let everyone know that the the reply, Elon, have you considered coupons to offset the burdensome 30% fee, is live.
Yay!
Word.
So our podcast is now officially starting shit with the richest man in the world.
I fucking can't. We're gonna win, though. We're gonna win because we have nothing to lose.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Let's go do betas from the platform. Ooh. Platform's going down in flames anyway.
Yeah. Fucking dipshit.
Alright, so where am I looking?
Brian's already got a Mastodon account set up. It's fine.
Rocky, where am I looking?
It's in the show doc. There's a thing that says Marvel Snap, and there's a hyperlink that says LOL.
Okay.
Oh, there is a hyperlink that says LOL.
Someone, broke the calculator in Marvel Snap using a 4-card combo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, Marvel Snap,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
it's a turn-based card game where you play in, 3 separate lanes. And what I want to direct your attention to is the top left section of cards over here. And
Does that say 68,000? No, 689,781.
correct. And that's simply just because that's where the numbers broke. So there are 4 cards there. The first one is Ironheart, which is bottom left. And Ironheart's ability basically makes it that it just buffs 3 random cards by 1 point. So it'll do that every time it goes off, or basically when its reveal effect is played. Black Panther just doubles the value on the card that's there. So, whatever value Black Panther has, it just doubles. And Odin's ability makes it so that all on-reveal effects happen again. But the important one here is Wong, which makes it so that their ongoing effect is that on-reveal effects happen twice. And the space that they're played in, which is ongoing effects here, are doubled. So on the last turn of the game, when Wong, Ironheart, and Black Panther were already played, Odin makes it so that on-reveal effects happen again, which means Ironheart's thing buffs everything by 1, Black Panther's point count doubles, and it reactivates Wong's effect, which makes it so that all effects happen here twice. So then it does Odin again, and Ironheart again, and Black Panther again, but Wong's ongoing effect makes it so that Odin's ongoing effect happens again, which makes it all happen again. And so, normally, if there was a cutoff, it would just happen 4 times. But there isn't a cutoff because that's not written on the card. So it just kept happening until the game stopped counting around 689,781.
And then what? The game just threw up its hands and went, yeah, okay, I guess you win.
Yeah, basically. It's not that that's the max number. Maybe that's the max number that they coded for, but it just stopped counting. It just decided, this is fine.
That's too many points.
It's very silly,
How do you do that? How do you figure that out? How do you... Oh, no.
I mean, this is very much a situation of fucking around and finding out.
Game development is so fun and so easy, guys. Everything always works as intended the first time.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Marvel Snap continues to be a card game. It's fine. I did also come across a small bit of history that Brian might be interested in. There's a link on my section called Codename NX.
Yeah!
If
Yeah!
you remember, NX was actually the original code name for the Nintendo Switch.
I do remember that.
And that link actually leads to the introduction sequence for what was the NX before we got the red and white Nintendo Switch Snap animation that we have now.
Ooh. I do like the Snap, though. The Snap good.
Snap is very good.
This is neat.
I like the little spinny.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun.
There's a reply there, though, that I love, which is that this animation shows the key feature of the Switch, which is controller drift. I'm like...
I still don't have any drift. I've had none drift.
Jesus, shout out to Teagues.
I'm just a perfect gamer. That's all. I'm just perfect. Hair toss.
Oh
Hair
my
flip.
god. And the last thing on my list of things is I wanted to share with you all that it's been reported through an MSRB rating in Brazil that Final Fantasy 16 is rated M for mature for sex scenes, drug use, and fantasy hate crimes. They also include, quote, intentional deaths, torture scenes depicting suffering victims, prostitution, and other miscellaneous sexual content.
I know what this means. This means Rocky is going to end up streaming it.
Oh my god. I mean, maybe, but like, I don't care.
Are they gonna be?
But this will be another game.
It will be another game. It's a thing that I can probably do.
About free, like, this happens every time. You're like, I'm gonna stream this game, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I guess we're busting out slaves again.
Well, no, okay, yeah. That's right.
Again.
Wait, if they are sex slaves and prostitutes that we break out, I will absolutely play this game. Actually, I'm absolutely for the liberation of sex slaves for, conscientious, safe sex work. All the way about it. But like, if it's not, then I'm gonna skip it. Like, if it's just like, oh, there's prostitutes over there, they're gonna keep on going, and I can't do anything about it, then like, whatever. Like, it's fine. It's a video game. Who cares? But yeah, like, if there are more like slavery liberation story games that I should play, please let me know. I'll play them on stream. I don't care. Like, I'll do that forever. It's like, what? Get the free slaves in this one? Hell yeah, brother. Like,
hell yeah, let's go.
God, I do play a lot of games like that, though.
It happened twice in a row on accident.
Oh, yeah.
And you were just like, oh, I guess we are doing this again, aren't we?
Man. I also gotta finish fucking Triangle Strategy. Ooh, wait. Oh, no. I just remembered.
What?
Okay, this might be... Because, like, there was Final Fantasy 16 made headlines earlier this year because they were lauded for not having any characters of color, and like the dev team doubled down and says like, oh, we're actually really focused on realism in this story, so we're not going to include people of color here. That's what they said. But a very like white game with a rating warning about hate crimes could be interesting. I don't know how that's going to play out. We're just going to have to see.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, right.
Wizards of the Coast has entered the chat.
I also want to know what Nadia Oxford wants to say about this, because I know she loves horny fantasy and she believes that like sex needs to be a much more prominent thing in like fantasy stories, and like 16 might do it. So I want to know where she's at.
Okay, so I have an idea. Come with me on this journey.
I'm listening.
Final Fantasy 16, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And let's just say I'm riding around on some big ass fucking chocobo.
Okay.
Okay.
I can picture it. I'm fully immersed now.
All right. And so I'm just Mr. Final Fantasy 16, and I cuss, and I smoke, and I drink, and I do crime, right? And I fucking pull my chocobo over. At which point, a sex worker sees my parked chocobo and approaches it, and then I ride the chocobo to some place where it can't be seen on screen, and then visible health stats start to increase on screen.
Oh god.
And then once I'm done, the camera pivots to show me Mr. Haircut. And the game is like, okay, would you like to kill the sex worker to reclaim your money?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you Mr. Haircut or are you Mr. This is a Final Fantasy game. You can't be Mr. Haircut here. You have to be Mr. Buckle Pants.
I mean, what's it called? Strangers of Paradise had Mr. Haircut.
I mean, I guess, but it's not the same as being Mr. Buckle Pants.
It is not the same. You are correct.
You can be Mr. Haircut and be like a side main character, but like if you want to be the main character, you need unfortunate amounts of buckles. You know? You need so many buckles that it's a nightmare for cosplayers and artists alike.
I mean, I hear that. God, So honestly, Jesus Christ, this is a weird line to end this section on, but we got to get to news. I'm only going to play Final Fantasy 16 if I'm freeing slaves in it. End quote.
What a great quote.
Oh jeez. Okay. But yeah, we have. There is apparently things that have happened in the last 2 weeks, and
Why do things keep happening?
people keep on living. It's just how.
Can they not? I'm tired. I would I wanted a very easy end of 2022, and shit keeps going down.
Oh my god.
Not all of it's bad though, I guess.
Yeah, not all of it's bad. Some of it could be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. But what's it called? One of the things is that Blizzard Albany QA has been working to unionize, and as of yesterday, they unanimously voted 14-0. So Blizzard Albany QA is now officially unionized. Activision Blizzard was unsuccessful in squashing that union organization. So shout outs to that.
Haha. Bitch.
What was that, Teeks?
Bitch.
There it is. Let me see. What else has been happening? Oh, that's right. Discord released server subscription programs, which is going to be a big deal for streamers. I don't know if that's our thing. Maybe that's something that could work out in the future, but I'm not super jazzed about it currently. But it is a real thing, and it's on its way.
What does it do?
Basically,
you just pay to have access to a server?
I don't think it's just access. I think it'll work something akin to Twitch streams, where you can watch someone stream for free, but I don't know if you'll get ads that will intentionally slow down the process, but more you'll have access to specific features that will allow the server runner to offer things or put on events that you'll only have access to with the subscription.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this one of those things where they're gonna take features that people already have access to, no additional cost, and then put them behind a paywall?
There it is.
I always love when that happens.
It's possible, but
great.
Yeah, we gotta see if that's actually how it's gonna play out. But currently it's unclear. Also, Twitch released Shield mode to combat hate raids and harassment. I think you were actually messing around with it the other day, Brian. What'd you think?
It seemed to. I would like to point out that I do not speak for Amazon.
Mm-hmm. As always.
The brand or the company?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yep.
There are many folks who do speak for Amazon. I'm not one of them. But it struck me looking at it that it was one of those things that the things it does as its baseline actually make building an audience for small streamers very, very difficult.
Sure.
Where the default is hey, slow mode, and you have to have been a follower for a month to chat. That's fine if you're say some giant streamer with an established audience.
Mm-hmm.
But for micro streamers, telling people hey, slow mode is engaged and you have to have been a follower for a month is not really going to necessarily engage people.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that and I understand that the engineering lift on actually removing hate speech is gigantic. It really is. Mm-hmm. But there are multiple ways to approach this from an engineering perspective. There's been a lot of really good writing around how variations on hate speech.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, how many different ways can you spell this racial epithet? And it's well, how about this? How about we look at historical behavior from particular IP addresses or particular IP subnets or or whether or not the user is, like using like commonly deprecated like operating systems. Like I know that like there are not a great many people who have legitimate reason to like say cruising the internet right now using Windows 7. You know, like that might be like these might be things to like consider. Like how can we like what are like other ways that can be used to like discourage like this kind of behavior? Like what can
You're saying there may be other ways to identify people who are likely to
like
partake in hate speech without doing crazy amounts of like coding work.
exactly, I mean, or like I guess like different like less intensive work. So like I don't want like people to get caught up in this idea that like targeting specific words is the only way to solve this problem, because I don't think it is.
Okay.
Like I think that you can like try and target the users instead of the words, and then just make sure that you have a robust human curated response team that can handle stuff like appeals. So that way, if like somebody's like, "Hey, like why did I get banned?" Then like have those like have somebody be able to like respond to it like appeal appropriately. Like I don't think that like be like, oh okay, like well, how many like possible legal variations are how many different ways can somebody misspell this word? Like that's not the way to do it. Like it's like target the user, not the behavior. Like it's I don't know.
That does require, though, corporations general to pay people general. And we're in endgame capitalism. Late stage capitalism? Whatever.
Well, we're closer to late stage than we're not.
Whatever it fucking is called now. Where it's not that nobody wants to work, it's that nobody wants to pay anybody to work. So, general.
Yep.
So I'm not convinced that we'd be able to get somebody making record profits to give up literally any of it to do the less like coding intensive thing to make the thing better, like fastest. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but like the record profits thing, God, I hate that so much, because it's not even. Sure, there's more money, that's true, but like the way that record profits usually are working is because like one, markets are bigger, but also that like they're choosing to pay less people, and that's what it actually is. Like it's not that it's like, oh, we made more money compared to how much we spent because we're spending less money, but it's not because we made more money, even though in some cases that is true, but like it's very much like they made the money and then we cut off expenses, so now it looks better on the balance sheet. And like I'm not even sure if it's just like people like not seeing through the lie than like them just actually not caring. But it's all bullshit. I'm so sick of like seeing the phrase record profits. Like it's just like,
I'm tired of hearing the phrase record profits.
Oh God. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how much longer I can dance around this one story. Oh, wait, hold on. We did the good Blizzard news, and now we have like almost good Blizzard news. Activision Blizzard has come out and said that they recognize the existence of prepaid phones, and now you can use them to authenticate yourself on your Battle.net profile for the purpose of playing games like Overwatch 2.
Oh my God.
What a revolution.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's incredible, isn't it? Oh man. Jesus Christ. This is one of those things that like feels like a no-brainer from the beginning, Like, I guess they were, like, concerned about, like, scammers, like, trying to break into Overwatch 2 with a prepaid phone, but I don't know. I'm glad that the pushback got loud enough that, like, they ended up, like, backing off on it and just, like, saying, oh, yeah, you can use prepaid phones on SMS Protect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that seems like a duh moment.
Yeah.
You know?
They also did the incredibly gracious thing of removing the need for SMS Protect altogether for Overwatch 2 players who already have Battle.net accounts. That is...
Wow! You were already playing Overwatch? Guess what? You can play Overwatch too.
Yeah.
We'll allow it this time.
But they're on thin ice. You know, they got to be careful.
Blizzard is a gracious overlord.
Oh, man. Also, brief thing. Sony seems to be getting more into tournaments. They have launched something called PlayStation Tournaments on PS5, which is a thing that's meant to hype up, like, tournament play on the console. So, like, if you go to your PS5 home screen, you can press down on a directional button. You'll see a list of upcoming tournaments for the game that you're thinking about playing. And that's just embedded to the system altogether.
Like, local tournaments or, like, just general?
I think they're talking about more, like, online tournaments or, like, online back tournaments. I don't think it's, like, geocached or anything like that.
Okay. That still sounds neat.
Yeah, I'm interested. It seems like a more, like, concerted move, like, taking into consideration that they worked with Endeavor to purchase EVO. That they see that, like, competitive play and, like, organized competitive play is important to the future of their brand. So I'm interested to see what they'll do with that and how that will go. But, you know, like, it seems like this is a step in the right direction. They are covering a swath of tournaments that include, like, cash-winning tournaments or tournaments that reward you in in-game currency. Or, like, Jesus, I'm just going to read the quote, but they said they are supporting tournaments that include prizes that range from cash, in-game currency, PlayStation consoles or accessories, experiences, whatever the fuck that is, and special collectibles received just for taking part. So,
do you think those are the, like, win a trip sort of situations?
That would be ideal, but I fear that it may be something more like, oh, you participate in this tournament, so you can watch this special cutscene that no one gets to watch.
Oh, no.
Like, that's a real thing that could absolutely be covered under the umbrella of experiences. Or even, like, you get to play this specific little mini game for participating in this tournament. And
you
no one
play on the Mountain Dew map. No one else can play on the Mountain Dew map.
Right, yeah. So, like, that's the type of thing that could happen with, like, the inclusion of experience as, like, a prize in that thing. So, I'm a little worried about that. I would, if this was, like, a thing that I would like to interact with, I would love to see a, like, interaction with PlayStation tournaments and Matcherino. Do you guys know what Matcherino is?
I do not.
Oh, okay. So Matcherino is a thing that's used for competitive tournaments, especially in fighting games. And it's meant to allow for crowdsourcing crowdsourcing like esports. That's their actual tagline is crowdfunding esports. And so one of the things that it does is that it allows teams allows people, like, who are just, like, watching a tournament to, like, go to, like, Matcherino.com and, like, contribute to the pot by just, like, linking banking information. But I think the real innovation there is that, like, what a lot of fighting game tournaments will do is that they'll have, like, a link that will be attached to, say, like, whatever event they're doing. And if you go to the Matcherino link, you can actually contribute to the pot, like, in some, like, small nominal amount. Like, usually it's, like, 25 to, like, 50 cents. But if you have a lot of viewers, like, say, like, 4,000 people are watching this tournament, like, if everyone goes to the Matcherino link, like, the pot just increased $2,000. And that could be huge for very big locals, you know, for people who have like a consistent community that are just showing up. It just makes it so that the payout becomes more and more like interesting for the players that are involved and could attract even more like higher skilled players who are looking for that pot. I would love to see something like Matcherino like wrap into PlayStation tournaments. Of course, like the money has to come from somewhere. But Matcherino, like, although they're not like a huge scale thing, to be honest, they seem to be doing pretty well with the way that things have been set up so far. Like they mostly service like, you know, like TCG tournaments, like mobile game tournaments like Brawl Stars or like Clash of Clans, and also like fighting game tournaments is my primary interaction with the service. But I'd like to see something like that where like you're just watching like a stream even through the PS5 and you're just like, oh, this tournament? Yeah, I'd like to contribute like the 25 cents to the pot, and like people could just like press that button and make it a little easier.
It's probably because of my professional background, but when you were describing like the way that Matcherino works,
mm-hmm.
The first thing I thought was, boy, oh boy, that sure does sound like the perfect tool for facilitating money laundering.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Mm-hmm. But only in 25-cent amounts. You know, nothing that's going to really get you caught.
I'm just saying, Brian, if my local plug wants to contribute to my local but isn't sure how, and they decide to use Matcherino to do it, more power to them. But if we're talking about like big mob business, maybe keep an eye on it, you know?
I'm now reading an article about how the FGC specifically has been targeted by money laundering.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Remember to pay your local pizza joint,
and keep an eye on your local funky sneakerhead. But now that I'm on the topic, speaking of people who don't give a shit about competitive environments,
it's Nintendo. Is it Nintendo?
It's Nintendo.
Hell yeah! So, I got one right.
There's an event that's been in the works that's been going on actually for a while, which is called Smash World Tour, which is an organization that has been coordinating with Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament organizers all over the world. I think they have like a network of something like 30,000 tournaments. That like they basically organized into a circuit that would culminate into a worldwide tournament, the Smash World Tour Championship, at the end of the year. Now Nintendo has always been less than friendly, I'll say, with the Smash community, especially when they start to organize and put together events. And when they put on their own events, we can say that their rewards are lackluster. To say the least. I think I remember they had an actual like Smash World tournament that like culminated where like I think second place got like a golden controller or something.
Nintendo does not like Smash players.
Smash World Tour was very interested in like, you know, putting together the Smash World Tour, but they also didn't want to step on Nintendo's toes because they've seen what's happened to other community and tournament organizers in the past. And so they've maintained a direct line of communication with Nintendo for years, dating back to when they were formally collaborating with Nintendo in like 2021.
Yeah.
And 2022 is going to be the year where they put on the tour with the blessing of Nintendo, and they put on the championship. But one thing happened near the beginning of the year, I think we talked about it briefly, was that Panda Global, which is another esports organization, got the official go-ahead from Nintendo to put on a tour. And naturally, Smash World Tour was concerned. They talked to Nintendo, hey, I thought we were doing something here. Like, is it cool if we continue to do our tournament while Panda Global does their thing? It's like, yeah, for sure. And then, you know, followed months of Panda Global CEO intimidating and trying to bully tournament organizers into leaving Smash World Tour altogether and joining their circuit. It did not play out. That's not really how that went. Until around June is when Nintendo gave the go-ahead for Smash World Tour and Panda Global tournaments being able to coexist, or so they said. And so then Nintendo started or not Nintendo, a lot of tournament organizers started setting up so that they could contribute points to the Panda Global circuit as well as Smash World Tour, and they were getting immediate like okays with Nintendo, like everything was going very quickly, very fast. And then the weekend before Thanksgiving, Thursday, November 23rd, Nintendo got on a call with the heads of Smash World Tour and told them that they did not have the necessary permit, which they had been dragging their feet on since April, and that they were not going to be able to do the Smash World Tour Championship at the end of this year, and Smash World Tour 2023 is off the table. And so suddenly and quickly, like, everything was starting to fall apart for Smash World Tour after mixed messages from Nintendo dating back to earlier this spring, and it turns out Smash World Tour is over. And the organizers are naturally devastated. The TOs, even though the ones that are with Panda Global Circuit will likely just be able to continue, but it looks like the Nintendo is preparing to enforce legal action against anyone that's supporting a Smash World Tour event. But Nintendo claims that they care about the players of their video games, including Smash.
Nintendo really hates Smash players.
They fucking hate Smash players, and I'm sick of it. Oh my god.
They really hate them. It's not fair. It's really not fair. I feel bad for Smash players.
Like, it's so fucking bananas. Like, it's just like, what are you guys fucking talking about, you know? But, yeah, Smash World Tour appears to be done, and it doesn't look like there's going to be much that the TOs are going to be able to do about it. They are currently just trying to figure out how to resolve what's left of the tourneys, and, like, you know, because there's like deposits for like events that have already been paid, and like sponsorships that have already been, you know, promised for like events that are supposed to happen that may not be able to happen now. And we don't know where the chips are going to fall, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to see, maybe we'll do a Patreon thing on like the post-mortem of like Smash World Tour, but like, Jesus Christ, it's such a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
It really amazes me, like, just how much, you know, like, gas Nintendo is able to get on the strength of their recognizable ass IP.
Mm-hmm.
That they can continue to be, like, the absolute fucking worst case example of so many things which are considered to be, like, you know, critical to running a particular type of business model in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
But they will be like, yeah, we fuck it up because, you know what, y'all know what Mario looks like, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, it's just like nobody else can fuck it up the way that they do and, like, continue to get away with it. But they are just out here with the most recognizable IP in the history of gaming, and on the strength of that can do so much of just what they want. It's because, like, it's not like other companies haven't tried to make some platform fighters, and, like, even platform fighters that people kind of like, you know, like,
there are some that people actually like more than Smash, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, like, people like that fucking that game where you play as Shaggy. They like that game.
True.
Mm-hmm.
They like that game where you know, you can't beat Garfield on Mondays.
I think is that the same game?
No, that's two different games.
Wait, hold on. Which one was with Garfield?
That's the Nickelodeon one.
Ah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I remember there were a whole bunch of people out there that, like, there was a survey that came out a couple of years ago which indicated that, like, more children under 6 recognize Mario than Mickey Mouse. And I remember when that came out, there were all these people out there who were, like, so scandalized. Like, what? What's more people recognize Mario than Mickey Mouse? And I'm like, yeah. At this point, Mickey Mouse is for the fucking olds. And, like, Nintendo has continued to, like, prioritize, like, IP recognition for its most recognizable properties, with fresh young ones. So like kids know who fucking Mario is. Like, I have some bad news for all the nerds out there who watch that new Mario trailer and are like, oh, this movie's gonna bomb so hard.
It's not gonna bomb.
Oh, it's not gonna fucking bomb at all. Like, that movie's gonna make a stupid amount of money. It does not matter how much any one of us dislikes Chris Pratt. We can all dislike Chris Pratt. We can all watch the trailer and groan at various things that happened in the trailer. But like, I have news for everybody. That movie is going to make a metric shit ton of money. Metric shit ton. Absolute, just hand over fist.
I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah, you see, there we go.
I'm gonna go see it. And then I'm gonna watch the Japanese dub, which is already going to be superior.
Tegan, that's weird.
What? Why is that weird? I'm not wrong. Light Yagami's gonna be Mario. That's gonna be so good. Are you kidding? All Might's gonna be fucking Bowser. Are you kidding?
All Might is
That's
Bowser
gonna be
could
so
be good.
good. Denki's Luigi.
Ooh.
The idiot character. The blonde idiot character from the show I like.
Brian isn't watching Chainsaw Man, I think.
Oh. Brian, you should watch Chainsaw Man. You will like it. That's another one you will like.
I gotta watch this week's episode anyways.
Do I like it the same way that I liked the Volleyball Boys?
You don't like the Volleyball Boys, we know.
No, I know that. This is what I'm making. Like,
no, this isn't. You will not like this the same way you like the Volleyball Boys.
Okay.
You'll like this in a more legitimate way.
Okay. So I like.
It's got good, clean, messy fights that are fun.
Also, there's a lot of love of film that's like wrapped into like the creation of the show, anyways.
Yeah, and the like shot composition stuff specifically.
And there's a lot of like definitely things that are designed to make you uncomfortable. They're very interested in like creeping you out with the show in ways that you don't normally expect, even from anime.
Like, all right. So can we talk about this fucking Mario trailer now? Because it happens the last time we recorded.
Yeah, sure.
The thing that was the joke when they announced Chris Pratt. Where like Mario.
It's a me, Mario. That's not what it sounds like. Is that the one?
The one where like Mario takes a deep breath and goes, "Let's go," in like just the most Chris Pratt voice possible. It happens. It fucking happens in the trailer. They're just like, "All right, here we go. Here's Chris Pratt going, let's go." I just like there is zero self-awareness and I guess this is one of those things where this is how casting happens now in animated films, is that you just assume that like no adult anywhere wants to go see an animated movie, and so you just feel like, well, if we just put recognizable celebrity names into the movie, then like maybe some parent will dutifully take their child to go see this pile of shit. And just like, God.
Lupin the Third actually had a very great animation film that came out in 2020. Although it did come out in 2020, so there's also that. But like, they didn't do that at all. They made a character. They got a voice actor that was faithful to the characters. They didn't pull any like weird wacky bullshit, and it was a good movie.
Like it really, like I watched this trailer, and all I could think was like, well, there, like, it appears to be that as far as like commitment to performance and actually doing anything that doesn't suck ass in this movie, like there are two different movies being made. There is the movie that Jack Black is participating in, and then everyone else. There were people who were cast who I was legitimately willing to give them a shot, and I was like, hey, that person, I was like, hey, that person seems like they'll do okay. Like that guy's on that show where it's very sunny in Philadelphia. He's got an energy. And then I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh no, like the only one in this movie to fucking win it is Jack Black. That is it. like that is it. Like everything else is bad. Like
I feel like Charlie Day needs a bit more space in the trailer. Because, I mean, I didn't feel anything from him in, like, Pacific Rim, but, like, I watched the movie and I had a good time.
I just...
Charlie Day, I feel like, got acting direction to make him respond more as though he were Chris Pratt's brother. And I think that's the problem. I'm convinced that's what happened. I'm convinced. And also,
this guy's brother?
actually, right? Like, that sounds like a thing that would absolutely happen. But also, actually, Peach isn't British?
Yeah. Peach isn't British.
Peach isn't British at all. Mm-mm. And she's very casual, which is also incorrect.
Mm.
I'm convinced at this point the people behind the vocal direction for this movie have never played a Mario game.
I mean, I'm willing to believe that. Also, I don't know, Illumination...
I don't think they've even watched a child play a Mario game, you know?
That too. I feel like Illumination hasn't done a lot in terms of, like, like, as far as, like, voice acting goes. Like, if I think back to, like, Despicable Me, which I watched in preparation for being able to make this kind of comment, I feel like the voice actors that they take, they just kind of let them do whatever they were already doing. Like, they got Kristen Wiig. They had Kristen Wiig play, like, 3 different roles across, like, that series for some reason. And, like, also Steve Carell. And, like, they just kind of sound like the people they sound like. They don't sound like characters. Like, Gru isn't a dude. This Steve Carell on a 3D animation. Like, I guess that's fine, but, like, that's not what character acting is. If you want me to believe that Gru's a dude, but they don't. They don't want me to believe that Gru's a dude. They just want him to be here.
You know who I think could have done the Mario movie correctly?
I'm listening.
DreamWorks Animation.
Yeah, but I don't want DreamWorks to touch this, you know? I don't...
Right, but Megamind.
No, like, I don't think they're bad. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, I feel like DreamWorks has too much of the pie. And, like, I don't...
You're not incorrect. You're absolutely not incorrect on that. But, like, I think we would not be complaining about the voice cast if DreamWorks were doing it. Like, you know? We'd be like, who's going to make the DreamWorks face?
Oh, man. Yeah,
Instead, like, it would be a completely different conversation.
It'd be a different conversation. I think they would have been able to put out a serviceable Mario movie, and it may even be good. I think we would just have to struggle with, like, you know, something late capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just, I can't wait for the absolutely point of fact, deadpan, soulless delivery on this exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Princess Peach, I'm here to rescue you. I'm Mario. And to which Anya Taylor-Joy says, I don't need anyone to rescue me. At which point, some, like, toadette in the background goes, yeah, she doesn't need anyone to rescue her. Like, it just all like, every line of dialogue delivered in the trailer by anyone other than Jack Black sounds like the person just, like, was alerted that recording was happening in a studio. Like, hey, Chris, could you say the line? Could you say the line? Like, I know that you don't want to be here, but could you, like, oh yeah, okay, fine. Let's it go. All right, thanks, Chris. You know, no, you don't need to try or anything. We just need you to convince parents to fucking show up. Like, once they get there, we don't care if they're happy. You know, just get them into the theater. Oh yeah, I can do that. That's fine. That's not a problem. You know?
Oh dear. Yeah.
It might as well just be like in the Mario font, right? Picture of the Mario font, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of saying Mario, it just goes, "Oh, recognizable IP." Like that's it. Like just know that there was some kind of fucking presentation where someone was like, well, this is great because it's recognizable IP. You know, like the kids love it just because they know this little shit with this mustache. But like as long as the little kids are excited because they see the fucking mustache guy, then we can cast whatever assholes we want as these characters to get their whole willing parents in here. Like, well, you're like, all right, now it's here's Chris Pratt. You know Chris Pratt from the movie with the dinosaurs and the movie where he has the tape deck in space. It's, space tape deck and Dinosaur Man is now the mustache man that your kids love. Aren't you glad you're here? Aren't you glad? Oh, you're just going to go out to the lobby to smoke for a half hour? That's fine. Well, less than 10% of Americans smoke now, so you're just going to go outside to vape? Oh, God. Oh, my God. It just complete, just fucking total shit. And the best part about the trailer, my super favorite thing about the trailer, is that is every possible take on the trailer is bad. Like, I saw a thing on Twitter, which I was convinced it was a joke. I got posed law by a thing on Twitter, where when they show the fucking part where Mario Kart is happening, which I hated just because I was like, oh, God, here we are. I wonder if he's going to play fucking golf in this game, too. Or, if at the end, some kind of, elven boy in, a green hat punches him in the dick, just as a teaser for the next movie. But, he's driving in the Mario Kart, right? Mm-hmm. He's fucking Mario Karting. And I saw somebody on Twitter go oh, I guess they had to put the woke flag in this.
Yeah, that was really funny, actually.
And I just become the Pablo Escobar standing alone in the swimming pool meme when that happens. Just I'm like, oh my God, you fucking idiot. You absolute stupid child. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, the woke,
It's actually really funny. I want to know if they've actually never played Mario Kart before, or if they were just taking the piss,
You see, that's the thing. If you believe that, and that's where we're running into Poe's law, because the whole idea that that a person who is an extremist on the internet will appear to be, without any indication otherwise, to be a parody of themselves. You will when a person talks like that, you just think that they're making a joke about people who talk like that. And so I just sat there looking at this and I'm like, is this person for fucking real? Is this a real bit? Are they actually talking about Mario driving on the woke flag? Have we reached a place where there are so many of these stupid people who have no cultural or media literacy or have we are there that many dumb fucking Nazis that they are sitting there watching the Mario trailer and they're just I'm angry at Rainbow Road. Oh God, please. And then, as if that wasn't fucking enough, as if the Mario trailer wasn't enough, HBO, which is not a television service, it's an HBO service, was like, all right, everybody, here comes the trailer for The Last of Us. And they had to fire up the haunted cover generator, everybody. They had to fire it up. Tiggy, did you watch this fucking trailer?
No.
Okay. Well, they got the two Last of Us in there. They got that I think their name is Fred and Tina. Fred's the dad. Tina's the little girl.
Okay.
Yeah. So they got Fred and Tina, and they're just trying to go someplace with snow because I guess that's more sad. So they're trying to go west. They're their sad dad. He's like, could you tell me how to get to a sadder place? And someone's like, turn back. It's less sad. He's like, no, I'm sad. I need snow and zombies with mushrooms growing out their head. And he's like, all right. And then I'm sitting there, and I in the beginning of the trailer, I hear just the faintest music in the background. I'm like, did I leave something else on? I check to see if I have other open tabs. I glance at my phone to see if my phone is being noticed. I'm like, no, I guess I just imagined it. Then the music starts to get louder, and it starts to get louder. And it's a fucking sad version of Take On Me?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? What the actual fuck? On me, sob. Take me on. I'll be mushroom zombie, mushroom zombie. There. Oh my god! Just no! Fucking stop it!
Oh god.
Stop it! Like, I'm tired of people using haunted covers as some kind of fucking cheat code for emotions for people who are like elder millennials and Gen Xers. Like, it's like, hey, you guys know this song. You'll feel something if you see this. And it's like, yeah, but the thing I'm feeling is disgust and contempt. Ugh, God. Oh. I sure hope that, like, and that guy's the fucking Mandalorian, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Hey Siri. Is Pedro Pascal the Mandalorian? Okay, yeah, apparently so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's gonna get to be like fucking bucket on the head dad in one show because he's running around with that fucking Muppet. It's like, hey everybody, I'm just running around with this Muppet. I have to protect the Muppet at all costs. He's my kid Muppet, my little Grogu. And it's like he's like, there are two different simultaneous genre television shows where Pedro Pascal is dadding. Have we reached the Pedro Pascal dad industry? Is that where we are?
Kinda, actually, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no. Like, where's the next one? Like, when will he dad again? Oh. Rocky, I have an idea for a show.
I'm listening.
Okay, all right. Check it out. It's been a while since we've created a new product on the show.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? God is bored in heaven, right? And he just wants to, like, connect with his creations. And so God goes to Earth, and he takes human form, and he's wandering around, and he looks like Pedro Pascal, right? And he's trying to connect with the youths, but everything he does to connect with the youths is kind of out of date. Varying degrees of out of date, like he offers to buy folks like chocolate malts and so on, until eventually one of the angels in heaven is like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll come to Earth and I'll be your kid proper, so that way you don't have to just like try and connect with everybody, and I can kind of run cover for you while you explore. He's like, okay. And then God is portrayed by Pedro Pascal. It's like, well, you know what? I think I've got it. I don't need your help because I've got it. I know how to connect with the kids now. And so then, Pedro Pascal as God, disguised as Pedro Pascal, just starts fucking dabbing everywhere. He's just like, and he's like, this is what the youths want. They want dabbing. And that's what's coming to TBS this fall, Dab Dad. Because he's a good God. Also starring Steve Buscemi as the devil.
Steve Buscemi as the devil? Man, people... Well, I guess he loves Buscemi, but he'd be like a Jack Nicholson devil, I think, actually. So that's probably fine.
Yeah. He'd have a little fun with it. But yeah, there you go. Dab Dad, the story of good God. On TBS.
I'm not going to watch that. I got to be real with you, man.
You're not going to watch it? What if I told you Daniel Radcliffe was in it somehow?
Oh, I'll watch that. I'll watch that.
There it is.
Are we going to give him a gun? We're going to give Daniel Radcliffe a gun, right?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
God, Daniel Radcliffe with a gun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
So we've got Pedro Pascal is Dab Dad, the good God.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Buscemi is the devil. Daniel Radcliffe has a gun. We don't know exactly what he's doing, but we know You know what? That's fine. That fits in. This is America.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
You know, like, you don't need to know what you're doing with your gun. You just have it.
Yeah, he just has it. He doesn't use it until like the last moment of the last season.
Yeah, that is the Chekhov's gun of the show. But it's a literal gun that he's just got on him at all times.
He doesn't use it until season 2.
Yeah, it's very much Pete Campbell's rifle from Mad Men, where everyone's like, oh, man. Man, talk about your fucking greatest bait and switch in the history of television. Like, very, very prominently in the first season, like, Pete Campbell gets this rifle. They're like, oh, man, Pete Campbell's rifle. And then, like, every one of us who watched that show fucking religiously were like, oh, man, I can't wait until fucking Pete Campbell eats that rifle. Then 7 years pass, nothing ever happens. But we're here to promise you that Daniel Radcliffe is going to fire that gun at some point. I'm just not sure why Jamila Jamil is on the show, but she is.
Hey man, everybody's got to eat, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Is she mom god? Just so that way there could be like a you know, like, because that's how sitcoms work. There's somebody who has to like yell at the male lead and be like, oh, you're stupid, but in a way which is non-threatening to male viewers. You know, kind of like King of Queens and so on.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay,
oh man,
there
what
we
happened
go.
with that one Kings of Queens show? The one where like they're plotting the death of the husband?
Oh, Kevin can fuck himself.
Right, that one.
Yeah. At the end of the show, she is free of Kevin. She got away from him.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was a good show. Strong recommend. Like the whole like blending of show formats, like the idea of like the prestige drama happening behind the sitcom was very, very fun and unique, which is why it didn't last. Hooray! Because we have to make room for Dab Dad. He's a good god. Fucking hate everything. I hate it all.
All right. Well, we do have a couple more stories. I do have another thing that you might hate, actually.
Great, bring it on.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. I want to do this one. Yeah, I got to come back. This one might make you a little happy. Sorry about it. So the FTC is, quote, likely to challenge Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard.
Okay.
It's on the horizon. We're not sure yet because it very much looked like a slam dunk from the beginning. You know, Microsoft has the money. Activision Blizzard allegedly has the goods. But the FTC might decide that this one is the one that we can't let through, despite, you know, everything else that's been going on, I guess.
It's like, this is when they start to care?
Yeah, right? Isn't that crazy? Well, I mean, it's just, you know, Microsoft's been here before. And so they're like, oh, shit, Microsoft's back at it again, except maybe not really, but we got to be sure, you know?
You know what? I'll believe it when I see it.
Fair enough. The other thing that might actually make you mad, we're getting into the Game Awards. It turns out that the Game Awards, you know, they do like a voting portion, which in retrospect, I don't think actually affects who wins or loses the Game Awards. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they're doing a voting portion, and Sonic Frontiers is getting rocked by MiHoYo's latest. No, not the latest. It's still Genshin. And so, like, Sonic fans have been accusing Genshin of bribing players to vote on their behalf so that they win this competition. And they may or may not be wrong, but it is happening.
How are they bribing players?
I don't know. Like, I think they've the allegation is that they're pointing to possible like offerings of what is it? Prima Gems. Yeah, Prima Gems. But again, it's unclear.
Scaramouche is on the horizon. I'd believe it.
Jesus, but yeah, that's
people thirsty for that sad boy.
That they are. You are correct about that.
He's another sad little animal boy, and also a puppet. Not a robot, but a puppet.
Okay, not a robot, but a puppet.
So I will be pulling for him. And also Hatsune Miku. She's coming too.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is a Miku on the way.
Yeah, they're gonna be on the same banner, I think. Very exciting for me.
Hell yeah. And The next Game Awards thing is that Valve has announced that they're going to give away a Steam Deck every minute during the Game Awards, which adds up to about 180 Steam Decks.
You gotta sign up ahead for that, though.
Yes, you do.
They're not just giving them away to, like, people who are watching. You have to sign up to be entered into the Steam Deck giveaway.
Right. There is a link. It's available at steam.com, but also available on, like, the Kotaku article that I obviously stole this from. But yeah, Valve is going to give away a little under 200 Steam Decks while people watch the Game Awards, in order to get more people to watch the Game Awards, I'm assuming.
That's so many Steam Decks, though.
It is a lot.
Could you imagine if we all want a Steam Deck?
It would be funny. I'm not going to lie.
If I win a Steam Deck, if I sign up for the thing and I win a Steam Deck, we'll use it as a giveaway item.
Okay, for sure.
I'll do that.
I don't think I'm going to give away a Steam Deck if I get one. But, good luck to everyone, and may the odds ever be in your favor or whatever. Brian?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You seem like you have a thought. I want to hear it.
No, there's nothing particularly bad about them giving away Steam Decks.
No, it's not really. It's just
yeah,
PR.
If anybody's interested, though, they'll be able to watch the Stream Awards with us.
Yeah.
We're going to dunk on it again.
We are going to dunk on it. I'm going to be there this time.
I'm going to see how many ads we get versus actual awards.
It's going to be all of them, Tegan.
Tegan, those aren't ads. Those are world exclusives.
World exclusive. No, I want the Steam Deck Awards to be advertisement for the games that are up to win, the announcement of the winner, and then upcoming from that studio actual ad time. You know? That would be nice. I'd like that.
I could be interested in that.
Make award shows again. Jesus.
No company producing award shows has got that figured out.
I would like to produce an award show. I have a feeling it will be very successful.
Is it because you were figuring out that people watching award shows want to actually see awards?
Yeah. Yep.
What an amazing
And
concept.
then advertisement for upcoming things from that studio or developer. You know? So, like, they did this and it won an award. Here's what to look forward to next. I think that would be fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ahead of my time. Or behind on my time.
Oh, man. Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Oh, right. This is the last one that I have on my list of stories that I'd like to cover today. Summer Game Fest has also been announced, in preparation of the Keighleys. And it's going to take place, I believe it's the week of, if not the week before, E3's return. No, it's a couple days before. So they start a couple days before E3 coming back after being gone for the past 3 years. They did the online thing, or at least they tried to do the online thing, and it didn't really pan out. And they canceled last year. They canceled the year before that. But they're doing in-person E3 next year, and the Summer Game Fest is going to start online a couple days before. So, yeah, the Summer Keighleys. So I wanted to, open the floor to see if there were any things that you all are interested in, would like to see, or hope to be a part of E3/Summer Keighleys.
I think that the days of what I like from those events are done.
Okay.
They're just so controlled now. They're so polished. We will never again have Mr. Caffeine on stage at Ubisoft. We will never again have Rocky drums um, on stage for Nintendo. Like at this point, like it's such a controlled experience that like when when game presentations get like my favorite moments within the industry are when we get like actual like thoughtful like conversation insight into how like the sausage is made, which is the kind of thing that we used to get from like Giant Bomb when they would do like their couch shows during E3. But we don't even really get that anymore because like Giant Bomb as a company changed hands, and the guy who led the couch interviews, like Jeff Gerstmann, Jeff Gerstmann like left Giant Bomb and like now has a Patreon. So like that's not ever going to happen again. And then like as far as like the stage presentations, being like unpolished and wild, that doesn't really happen anymore. Like I think the closest thing I can think of most recently was when like Todd Howard would stand up there and just say fuck all the time. But that doesn't even really happen anymore either.
No.
Yeah, because with Bethesda being absorbed by Microsoft, we don't get like Todd Howard be like, this is my show so I can cuss, like with that. They're like they're all like these very very polished like presentations, and I don't know, like I wish a very happy Summer Game Fest / E3 to all who celebrate. How about that?
No. Brian, what is a polished presentation hiding from you?
I want a messy look into what they think that would connect with an audience that was obviously wrong.
Why?
Because it's a lot of fun. Like when EA brings out a fucking marching band for Madden, that's a lot of fun.
Okay.
I know that there are people out there who just want to be marketed to.
Sure. I understand that it's not something you're interested in.
Yeah, the very first time Reggie Fils-Aimé ever lumbered out on stage like some kind of like massive CEO Frankenstein at E3, it's like, hello everyone, I'm Reggie Fils-Aimé. He said, I'm here to kick ass and take names.
That's
and,
right.
That was how he introduced himself to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just think about like, when is the last time somebody could say kick ass on a stage for Nintendo? Like it's just not a thing that will ever happen again.
I'm not sure about that, but
I mean that's because Nintendo no longer does stage shows, though.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
But also, I don't think Reggie was like wrong. I think he was out of character, maybe, like for like the brand that currently existed, but wrong isn't the word that I'd use there. Like I think he was talking to people who were like growing up with Nintendo. I felt like he was talking to me. Like I was a teen at the time, so there's that. It's like, yeah. Like, because everybody like jokes about how like Nintendo makes a bunch of baby games. They're not interesting or like forthright and whatnot. And then Reggie's like the face of it, and like that seems incompatible.
I don't know. Like, do y'all think that I'm like am I being too like Andy Rooney here about like E3? Like,
I don't know who Andy Rooney is.
Okay, I'm sorry. Am I being too old curmudgeon?
I mean, I can tell that you don't like them, but like I don't really understand why. So I have difficulty joining you in that space.
I just don't like being sold to. I don't like being asked to be excited about advertising.
Oh, sure. That's fine. But I guess I know I referenced the event by name, but I'm not sure if I'm asking you to be excited about the advertising as much as like what's going to be there. Like if there's a game that you'd like to play that doesn't currently exist, what does that look like? And if that showed up at either of these events, would you pay attention?
I want cheaper video games that look ugly.
Okay.
I'm relatively turned off at this point by like the size and scope of so many games.
Sure.
Like, games that just seem too big. Like there was a thing that came out in the last week where Epic was showing off some B movie actor's face versus a render of this of the same B movie actor that was done in like Unreal 5, and they're like see how good this is, and I'm like, yeah, like, but I mean the problem is that like as video games have like chased this like like this like $100 million, $200 million budget and like push toward like a realistic graphical presentation, it's just meant that like so many more games like just start to look alike, if that makes any kind of sense.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like I miss when like video games had like this like distinctive visual look, and that
like video games as a whole, or like video games individually?
I guess video games as a whole, because like if you say like grab a mess of titles from Sony,
sure,
you're like here are five Sony titles, and I ask you to describe the art style of those Sony titles.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that probably the first word you would reach for in describing the art style would probably be realism. Like there's really nothing about like the way characters are rendered or proportioned that like or the environments that are created that seems to be that they're trying to like deviate from that in any kind of like meaningful way. Like it's just but like I don't know, again, like it's also possible that like that I'm I guess wrong here. Like I guess I'm willing to concede that like
okay, I don't know if anyone's made that accusation.
Oh, I didn't say anybody did.
Okay.
Yeah. But a hallmark of this show is Brian second guessing himself.
Yeah, I know. I just want you to talk for a little bit.
As busted as Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are, at least they look like fucking something. At least somebody made some choices.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just like chasing realism as the only artistic objective.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, show me cheap games that are uglier. Show me games that like didn't take, a team of 1,000, 3 years to develop, or a team of like 300, like 5 years to develop. Like, show me games like bring back the mid-budget game. You want me to care about? Like, that's what I want from E3, I guess. Is show me like lots of tiny booths where there's like 2 or 3 stations to play a game, as opposed to like walking into a whole booth where there's 2 games available to play and they're on like 20 stations each, because this AAA studio could only afford to develop 2 games at a time now because games have gotten so expensive. Like,
I get that.
Like, yeah, AAA games are too big. They're too fucking big. I want the return of the mid-budget game. That's what I want. Like, because there is a space in between, and admittedly there are some like independent places that are starting to get like scrape into this space, but like the more that like say Embracer Group just runs around fucking playing Katamari with like a kind of like smaller development house, like, and like between like Embracer and Devolver, Katamariing it up with like smaller houses. Like I just want like I miss mid-budget trash. I miss the stuff that like I would go into like a store and like spend like like, because video games have been $60 forever, but like I remember going into a store and spending $40 or $50 on a game and then getting home and like, okay, this game is weird and I love it. Like,
okay, yeah,
like fucking like Cubivore for the GameCube, or back to the aforementioned Mr. Mosquito, or like back when Sony was comfortable with internally developed games that all didn't just like fucking look like an endless army of dads, like Mark of Kree, which for some reason looked like a Disney movie, but was one of the most like bloody fucking things I'd ever played. And like the way that it asked for people to control it was so cool. Like the idea of like swinging around the right thumbstick to mark enemies, and then like enemies are individual buttons on the controller because of how I mapped them with the thumbstick. you're like, that was fun, that was cool, because you can do all kinds of like cool shit, like, oh, okay, this guy's marked a circle, so like, what kind of animation will they have for me going for him because he's so far away? Oh, I do this leaping dive, that's cool, like, but it's just all expensive dad games now. I don't want to play an expensive dad game. I just don't.
Okay, for sure. I haven't played a dad game in years.
Yeah, very happy for you. What do you want from E3? What do you want from the Keighleys?
There's some indie projects that I've been keeping an eye on that I want more like real salient shit about, like Unbeatable, which is a rhythm game with a very great art style. I think they made a lot of very interesting choices. Eoden Chronicle, I want to see more of like the real game that's allegedly supposed to come out next year. They penned a lot of deals this year. Like apparently they cozied up with Microsoft, so like the initial game's going to come out on Game Pass the same way that their like micro game that they got out a little earlier, Rising, did this past year. I want to know if they're going to be able to live up to this promise, like, which, filling in the shoes of Suikoden and having 100 recruitable heroes and all of them being equally valid, or at least like comparably valid in the course of like this grand story that you're supposed to play through. I want to see this like 2.5D multi-level combat system shake out in a way that's like satisfying and like reasonable, because like they'll have like characters that can like sit up on a ledge while like characters that are like standing down on the front lines, and all sorts of interesting things that are supposed to have different effects, and I want to know if that's real, if it's busy work. So I want to know more about that. I want to know when Sea of Stars is coming out, because everything that I see from their developer keeps bringing me stuff that I'm interested in playing, but I don't have it yet. They have not given it to me, and I want to play it. I'm sold. I just want it now, but I have no idea when that's going to happen. And Jesus, I'd like to play something that reminds me of like, sports simulation in a way that isn't like, Dude Bro Madden, but also isn't like a gotcha card game. Like, I think one of my favorite games for like the Game Boy Color that came out a super long time ago was International Track and Field, where you start out as like a college like athlete and you handle their day to day until like you ultimately make it to the Olympics. But like you basically participate in a decathlon, and you had like different abilities that you could take into the decathlon. But like, since there's 10 events, you don't have an ability for everything. So you had to make real choices about like which events you're going to prioritize with your skills and which ones you're going to prioritize with abilities. There was a lot of stuff going on. And like, I feel like there was like a granular care to a game like that doesn't really happen as often anymore. And so I'd like to see something like that could feel really good. But I don't know. Outside of that, I'd like to know that like the industry is not more interested, but is actually like taking care of the people that make video games, that make the rest of this shit possible. I'd like to see, I don't know. I would like to see price points go down and maybe quality dip if it means that people are, get to live more balanced lives. But I'd also like to see more like studios organized in the way that like Supergiant has, where like they have really weird like hours and like a small team, but they're close knit, and like they seem to be able to do right by everybody.
Right.
But who knows if that'll happen? Like they could just be like lightning in a bottle, and that would suck. But if someone could figure out how to do that and tell everyone else how it works, that could be cool.
Keegan, what do you want from the Keighleys? What do you want from E3?
I want to see more indie games. And I mean like indie games. More like unpackings, more small studios, more like little things.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. I more or less checked out everything that I said I was going to from last year's. Either by watching other people stream it or by purchasing a game and playing it myself. And I enjoyed basically everything. So I would like another one of those, please.
For sure.
I mean, I'm already going to be like well fed by Nintendo, so they don't have to do anything. They're good for now, Like, it'll be fine. Because Breath of the Wild 2 will be out before then. So I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat it so good.
Actually, from SGF/E3 round 2, I would like to see them actually, like, openly and honestly, like, communicate with, like, Smash fans. Like, for real. Like, I don't care.
They will not do that. They will not do that. It would be nice, but they will not do that.
No, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I would actually want. And, like, I don't even care if it's like, oh, hey, yeah, we don't support any outside tournaments, and we have a partner in Panda Gaming, and that's the end of it. Even if they said that, and I could just be like, cool, then I'm out. But I don't think they're gonna. And I think they know that's why they're not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I would like them to speak honestly. I have an appreciation for even people who speak honestly on accident, but, like, I would like earnest communication from, like, I guess, like, the companies involved for things that they don't really want to talk about. Like, I feel like that's more of a thing that journalism would end up having to do, and, like that's not something that would happen on a stage show. It would be really wild if it did happen on a stage show, and I'm pretty sure Brian would enjoy it. But, like, I would just like to know the truth, and I know that they are dedicated. They probably have whole teams organized to obfuscate it, you know?
Yep. And, and this is why it's tough for me to, like, when a company, like, comes out on stage, it's like, please be excited about us selling to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's very tough to, like, get excited about being sold to when I know that Nintendo deliberately creates 11-month contracts for its contract workers to avoid having to provide health care, or I know how fundamentally bad, the Activision Blizzard buyout is for the industry writ large, in terms of, like, antitrust concerns. Or I know that, working conditions at Activision Blizzard suck, or that Ubisoft has not, like, even remotely addressed, abuse allegations, within the company. It's just so tough to get excited about these large companies, which think that what they can do to impress me is spending larger and larger and larger amounts of money on individual games, and just be like, would you forget how terrible we are if we spent $300 million on this game?
Yeah.
Like, look, you can see how watery his eyes are. He blinks now, like, like he. And I'm like, no, I don't, like, look at that puddle on that fucking road. I'm like, I don't care about the puddle. I just want you to just not be the worst. Like, okay, well, can we be the worst if it has real-time weather systems? Like, no.
Shit, yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah. Is this a podcast?
I think just about. It's funny. I thought it was going to be longer than this, but oh well. Hey, everyone. It's been Impossible Coin. We do this every couple of weeks. This is one of the last episodes of the show, it looks like. Well, of the year. Of the year. Excuse me. And if you're interested, tell your friends. You can find where our podcasts are found: iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. The music at the beginning and end of the show was produced by Big Sach. You can find him at soundcloud.com/BigSachNJ. And you can find him while you can on Twitter at Hillary_Swank. Our logo is designed by Lauren Moran. She does really good shit. She's on Patreon. You can find her also while you can on Twitter at Lauren Moran. And speaking of Patreon, we have one of those too. You can find us at patreon.com/ImpossibleCoinPodcasts, where we put our episode notes, our bespoke watch-alongs, and audio essays about things that we care about. And look forward to our ranting at the Game Awards. Actually, it's going to be gone by the time this goes up. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you want to watch it back, maybe we'll stream it. Who knows? You might be able to find it on Twitch. But yeah, I think that's us. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, while you can, and Tumblr. Do we have a Hive presence yet, Brian?
Because of the rampant security concerns around Hive.
Hell yeah, got him.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, anyways, that's it. I think that's us. Do you have any parting words?
Look forward to our OnlyFans.
Honestly, I think we should be on OnlyFans. That's a whole other thing.
Jesus. I can't tell if this is a bit. Everyone at home, I can't tell if this is a bit.
Brian can't read me. It's fine. It's okay. No one knows.
I will not be on the OnlyFans.
Hear me out. But anyways, we'll talk about it as an official podcast business. Brian, you got to say the word. Otherwise, we can't disappear into the ether.
Peace.
Bye.
Later.